could end this thing right here, right now if he could pick up a giant deuce, but doesn't. Looks down to 10-3. Farzad Bonyadi in great shape to double up. You see the look on Galen's face right there. He thought he had the best hand with ace-jack.
Here comes the flop. Mike, as you can see, Scott Seiver's the chip leader with close to 11 million. Galen Hall with about 4.2 million. And the first place prize here, over 1.6 million to the winner. And in second place, over $1 million as well.
Well, our thanks goes out to Jack McClellan and Bellagio's tournament staff for hosting a great event this week. The cards are in the air, and the action's on our chip leader, Scott Seiver.
He's got an 8-5. Four-handed poker continues. He folds that. Farzad Bonyadi, very tough senior poker player, goes out as well.
So it's the battle of the blinds here. Galen Hall picking up ace-high in the small blind. He's going to raise it to 225,000, and Roger Teska is going to defend with the queen-5 suited.
All right, ace-5 versus queen-5. There's a queen just like that.
Oh, nice flop for Roger here as he flopped top pair. Galen's going to check here.
Roger's going to take advantage and bet. $225,000 bet. Galen's getting out more chips, it looks like.
He's got no hand and no draw, but he's going to raise it here. The check raised to 675,000. I know Roger's got top pair, but I'm telling you, folks, when you're check raised in this spot and you've got top pair with a weak kicker, you are not liking it.
That's a lot of heat, but he's going to call. Good instincts by Roger Teska. Here we go to the turn. Nice pot brewing.
Oh, and the ace comes off on the turn, the ace of diamonds. Both players are going to be a little bit leery about that, fearful the other person might have a flush draw.
Well, they both check. And another diamond on the river. Neither player has a diamond in their hand.
725.
And look at this. Galen's going to bet 725,000.
Well, this is a peculiar bet to me right here. He's got a hand here, Vince. He doesn't need to bet with 4 diamonds out there. If his opponent's got a diamond, he's going to be called in 1 second. Plus him 700,000 when there's 2.8 million out there. Roger, the 26-year-old. He just doesn't think he's that skilled at poker. At least that's the way he talks about himself.
It's refreshing to hear someone say they're not that good in poker. That we know is good.
All right, Galen, you can have it.
Now Roger does give it up. So Galen Hall wins that hand, but
5-6 of spades, show it.
that was a uniquely played hand, Vince. I got to tell you right there, by both players.
I got it on TV. Thought you were gonna come after my soul again.
We're giving away $50. It's very simple. Here's how. Step 1, go to WPTglobal.com. Step 2, sign up using bonus code YT77. Step 3, deposit at least $1. And you better act quickly because we're only giving away $50 to 100 people.
Scott Seiver with a big chip lead. He's got 10.8 million in chips. Galen Hall in second place with 5.2 million. Farzad Bonyadi in third place with 3.1, and Roger Teska right now in fourth place with 2.7 million.
Andes are going up to 15,000. Blind 60 and 120 as 4 players remain going after that over $1.6 million first place prize.
Well, action's going to be on Galen Hall. He looks down at an ace-7 offsuit, and he's going to fire it up to 245,000.
Roger Teska out now. Scott Seiver, the chip leader, is going to make the call with a king-jack.
How far is that going to lay down the 8-6?
Mike, the Andes have gone up to 15,000. Blinds now 60 and 120. We are flopping.
A great flop for Scott Seiver. He's flopped top pairs. It comes Jack 8-3. He's checking it. Going to let Galen hang himself here.
Yep, Galen's going to make the continuation bet with ace high, 400,000. There's the okie dokie call by Seiver.
You think you have the best hand, you just keep checking into an aggressive player and let him keep betting at the pot.
All right, a little 5 of spades on the turn. He's checked again. And Galen is going to bet again.
This time 675,000.
Sometimes, though, when you walk the dog bites you.
Well, you're right. 2 possible flush draws out there. You might raise here, but Scott Seiver just calling again.
Down to the river.
Well, 9 of hearts comes off.
River card is a 9 of hearts.
Now Scott checking for a 3rd time.
Check.
Hoping Galen will fire at it one more time. It doesn't happen.
King jacks, but Galen folds.
Oh, I thought you said I got there.
No, I said I got it.
Yeah.
Scott turns up the king jack, and he adds more chips to his stack.
Scott milk Galen like a Holstein right there.
So Scott Seiver in command here. Maybe tonight's the night he'll capture his first WPT title. huge money tonight.
All right, back to the action. It's going to be on Scott. He has over 12 million in chips right now. He's going to fold his hand. Farzad.
He's out as well, so once again, a battle of the blinds.
Come on.
Wow, Galen says all in with the jack-9 of spades. Roger has an ace and a 10 of diamonds.
Roger Teska knows that most of the time a guy moves all in this spot. He's got a small pair or an ace and a baby card.
I call.
And he is going to make the call, and what a good call it is by Roger Teska. He just knew that if his opponent had a real premium hand in that spot, he wouldn't move all in. He would make a smaller raise to try to lure his opponent in the pot. So a great call right there by Roger Teska for all his chips. He's got the best hand. Now he's got to make it stand up. Can he do it? Oh, a jack right on the flop. Galen Hall has taken the lead.
Wow, that's how it happens.
Jack deuce five.
Welcome to Suckout Hall.
Well, Roger needs help to stay alive. He needs an ace, 2 runners to make a straight, 2 runners to make a flush, or obviously 2 running tens. A diamond comes on the turn. Well, the crowd moans as there's now 4 diamonds out there. The jack of diamonds obviously won't help anymore because that would give Galen a full house. But any other diamond would win it for him. That's what an ace.
That'll be a photo finish.
Well, the 4 of clubs comes off, so that's tough luck for 26-year-old Roger Teska. Made a great call for all his dough right there, Vince, and then got outdrawn to be eliminated in 4th place.
Yeah, he's going to pick up $371,000. Goes to his parents with a big hug.
Mom still loves him.
Got to be proud of that effort. We are down to 3 players at the WPT World Championship.
Okay, let's get him. Me and you versus him. This side versus that side.
Farzad now with a jack-10 of spades.
Farzad, an old school poker player, been a poker pro for 25 years, going to raise it up here. Makes it 250,000 to go.
But Galen's going to call with his ace-7. Ace-7 versus jack-10. Here we go.
An ace right on the flop. It comes ace-9-5. Farzad is checking here. And Galen not wanting to fall into any traps and also camouflage the fact he's got 2 aces. Also checks.
6 on the turn, and now Farzad's going to bet with absolutely nothing. Try to take the pot away, 250,000. But of course, it's not going to work. Galen making a solid call.
Well, Galen got 2 aces. The gut shot straight draw makes the call.
Down to the river.
Well, now the board pairs 5s. Well, Farzad looks a little uncomfortable there, doesn't he, Vince? Squirming in his chair, but he's going to fire again. I think you got to pay this off. Galen does so, and he's going to win this pot. So the old school guy getting schooled a little bit right there by the Cal Berkeley man.
Yep, nicely done by Galen Hall.
And yes, I believe Galen won that pot because he checked on the flop. He lured the old school guy to bet on the turn in the river to try to bluff at the pot and picked up a nice one.
Galen Hall in the driver's seat with a queen-5. He is going to raise this time. Now look at this, Scott Seiver with a 4 deuce. He has raised it.
Well, when the elbow goes up, the raise goes in, Vince. That's the way Scott Seiver plays it.
Well, that is super aggressive with a nothing hand. Farzad has to run away, and so does Galen.
Farzad getting shut out there by the raise and re-raise with the 2-5. Throw more nubs! But try that. Let me get that elbow working up like that.
Mike, please, don't hurt yourself, okay? Leave it to the young guys. Scott Seiver making a nice bluff with a nothing hand, extending his chip lead.
Title. Only one of them is going to walk out of here as the WPT World Champion for Season 9.
Action on Scott. He's got an uneventful jack-6. But that doesn't deter him. He is going to raise. No, just call. Let's get out of hand. Farzad now with an ace-3. Also calling.
Galen Hall looks at an ace-queen, the big blind. Both these guys just limping in, so he's going to punish him here a little bit for sure. And indeed he is. Makes it 460,000 to go.
Scott out. And Farzad.
I'm on there.
Call.
Well, he has gone all in, and he is not going to like it as he's quickly called by Galen Hall.
Farzad might have slipped on the old banana peel here.
Farzad just thought he was making a move because they both limped in. He thought he'd come over the top and move in with the ace high, but it could be his demise.
All right, let's see a flop.
Farzad Bonyadi biting his nails, knows he's got to have help or he's going to be out in 3rd place. Oh, he gets help right in the flop as the 3 comes off. It's Jack 9, 3 of clubs. Either player has a club. Galen's going to have to catch a queen or 2 running cards to make a straight to win this pot. And they would split it if a Jack and a 9 came off. But right now, Farzad Bonyadi in great shape to double up. 4 spade on the turn.
4 spades.
One more card to sweat if it's Farzad.
Let's see the river card.
His dream at this major title on the line right now.
Well, an ace comes off, giving Farzad the best hand with aces and 3s. And Vince, I can tell you right now, when you move all in and you've got the worst hand and you get called and you get lucky and outdraw your opponent, you think destiny is on your side, it could be your night. WPT World Champions. I'm still most impressed by Carlos Mortensen's win, though. The only player in the world won the main event on the World Poker Tour and the main event at the World Series of Poker. A feat we may never see duplicated.
All right, action going to Galen. He's got a big hand, ace-king. He has raised. And now Scott Seiver with a Jack 8. Wow, re-raises with that junk. 980 to go. Farzad out.
I'm all in.
And Galen's going to go all in. And he's going to brush Scott Seiver out of the way.
Certainly can't blame him for going all in right there.
Guys have gone up to 80 and 160 at this point.
And the chip leader, Scott Seiver, getting a little frisky there. Cost him some chips.
Well, the mess with a guy that had big slick, and that doesn't always work out. Okay, play goes to Farzad Bonyadi. Oh, he's got a nice ace-queen.
I'm all in.
He says all in.
Galen Hall now faced with a tough decision. He's got ace-jack.
I'm all in.
He's going all in as well. Scott Seiver rubbing his hands together. He knows he could end this thing right here, right now if he could pick up a giant deuce, but doesn't. Looks down to 10-3. Farzad Bonyadi in great shape to double up. You see the look on Galen's face right there. He thought he had the best hand with ace-jack.
Here comes the flop.
And it's come 8-6-5. No help to either player. Farzad out in front with the ace-queen.
You know what they say about a backdoor flush draw?
Yeah, what do they say, Vince?
He's got me stumped. All right, turn card coming up.
They say Galen will win the pot if that happens, and it might as the 10 of clubs comes up on the turn. Galen does have the ace of clubs. He has the ace-high flush. He can win the pot with a jack or a club.
Really do it and knock out the vet, Farzad.
Farzad staring intently.
Let's see a river.
Well, the 5 of hearts comes off. So yet again in this 3-handed battle, the old veteran Farzad Bonyadi doubling up, and now he's in second place, Vince.
How much is it?
We're giving away $50. It's very simple. Here's how. Step 1, go to WPTglobal.com. Step 2, sign up using bonus code YT77. Step 3, deposit at least $1. And you better act quickly because we're only giving away $50 to 100 people.
Here's the final ones to watch standings for season 9. As you can see, Alan Barry was the top money winner of the group, and it was exciting to follow their progress all season long.
No doubt about it. I guarantee we'll be seeing more from these young, talented players in the future.
But right now we have a 3-way battle at the WPT World Championship. Galen Hall has slid to the short stack.
Now Farzad folds on the button.
I'm all in.
Galen going all in
Can I get an exact now?
with the jack 7 here.
They are playing fast. Scott Seiver, though, has a king 10.
Well, that's going to cost him almost $2.5 million to make this call, though.
I call.
And he's made the call. What a great read by Scott Seiver here as he turns up the best hand, the king 10. Now that's a tough play to make. But Scott just sensed that Galen's a little bit on tilt, that if he had a premium hand, he would move all in, and he made the great call.
From San Francisco, Galen Hall on the ropes. Here the first three. Oh!
Scott stands asking for a king. They got 2 of them. It becomes king, king, queen. And that's the only way that Galen can win this pot is to catch 2 running diamonds. That's not the king of diamonds or the 10 of diamonds. Well, there you're looking at WPT champs Greg Brooks and Yevgeny Timoshenko. They're rooting for their buddy Galen, but they don't like that spot.
Here comes the turn.
Well, a 9 comes off. That's going to do it. Because if a 10 comes off and gives Galen a straight, it will give Scott a full house. He knows he's done. He's out in 3rd place. So a nice tournament for Galen Hall, but wasn't meant to be for him to capture a WPT title tonight.
Galen Hall, $589,000 richer. The crowd's going crazy here. There's more about to play. Heads up for the score on the World Poker Tour.
Let's go, Scott!
Well, this win would be the biggest in either of these guys' careers, no doubt about it. Certainly one of the most prestigious titles in the world, the WPT World Championship. Truly an event every poker player wants to win.
All right, Scott Seiver now with the button. He's first to act. Cards have been dealt. He's got a Jack-10, and he's going to put it in a raise. He makes it $320,000.
And Farzad Bonyadi with the Jack-7 of clubs is going to make the call, so we're going to have a flop.
Jack-10 versus Jack-7.
Well, the flop comes 8-4 deuce with 2 clubs.
8-4 deuce.
Flop for Farzad as he flops a flush draw, but it goes check, check.
Farzad hoping to hit his flush, but no, he hits his 7s, though, at least.
Well, now a 7 comes on the turn, so Farzad now has the best hand and the best draw.
He looks like $450,000.
Oh, and look at this.
Scott Seiver's going to try to manhandle him with a raise.
He has raised it with a gut shot straight draw. Now, if you're sitting in Farzad's seat, you think this guy must have flopped a set or something.
Well, he's called it.
But now the 5 of diamonds comes off, so possible straight out there. So Farzad is checking.
But Scott has nothing still.
Well, he's going to continue.
Wow.
With this bluff here.
$2,050,000.
He is just going to put the hammer down here. Just continue to apply big pressure to Farzad. Well, Farzad lays his hand down, Vince.
And how about the moxie of the young 26-year-old Scott Seiver to make these kind of plunging bets? He's going to try to manhandle Farzad, and so far it's working.
And Vince, you saw him wipe his brow there. Farzad saw it too, meaning he knows he was bluffed out of that pot.
You had it? I'll tell you after if you want.
With the pressure mounting at the prospect of capturing a WPT World Championship title.
Well, I agree with him. Galen was very stoic, and that's the way you're supposed to behave when you lose.
All right, the heads-up battle continues. And he's at 20,000 blinds, so 1 and 2 now. And Farzad Bonyadi with an 8, 3 of hearts. First to play, he's going to raise.
I'm all in.
But look at this, Scott Seiver coming over the top with his ace-10 all in. Farzad cannot take that heat.
Nice all-in bet by Scott Seiver there to pick up that pot.
And Scott Seiver going over 19 million.
He is feeling it now, Vince.
This time Scott Seiver with a Jack-4. Scott Seiver has called. Farzad not going to raise, so it's Jack-4 up against 9-10. And look at this flop.
Well, this is going to be the hand they get it all in here with, Vince. One guy's got top pair and an open-end straight draw. The other guy's got a gut shot and a flush draw.
I'm all in.
Wow.
Call.
And there it goes. Boom, boom. Scott bets 400,000. Farzad moves all in, is quickly called by Scott Seiver. Scott Seiver looking for a 10 to make a straight, a heart to make a flush, and end this thing right here, right now, and becomes the WPT World Champion for Season 9.
Let's go, Scott!
Join the likes of Carlos Mortensen, David Williams, Alan Gehring, among others, and be a WPT World Champion.
Well, that 9 comes off, giving Farzad 3 9s. Now that takes away the 7 of hearts and the 10 of hearts. So 2 of his hearts have been killed with the third 9 on the turn there.
Yep, he's closing in on Scott. He could still get lucky and make this miracle happen and take the title, but no.
Well, an ace comes off, so Farzad Bonyadi doubling up there. And a nice double up for him.
He just won't go away. He's got a dream. Can he take this title down? We'll come back with more action from the WPT in just a moment. For the WPT World Championship.
Well, as you can see, we're playing heads up here. Scott Seiver with a big chip lead, over 17 million in chips. Farzad Bonyadi just under 5 million in chips. It's old school versus new school. Who's going to take the title?
All right, to the felt we go. Farzad this time with a nice ace-9. He's got the button, and he's going to move it up to 400,000 to go. Scott Seiver now with a Jack-9 is going to call. So here we go.
And flop comes 10-10-7.
10-10-7.
And Scott not hitting, and Farzad also not hitting, and they both check.
Now Scott has the gut shot straight draw. Now the open end straight draw as the queen comes out.
Scott checks again. Farzad with no continuation bet checks as well.
Now another 10 comes off, so 3 10s out there. It's called 30 miles or Flint to Saginaw. Again, Scott checks.
Farzad now gonna put in a bet, 600,000.
This a value bet. He's confident his ace high is good by now, and he's getting paid off by the jack high here. Now there's the move Scott may question that he made that call. You'd think it'd be pretty obvious he had ace high over there hand played. If he had nothing, he would have bet on the flop of the 10s, try to steal the pot. But when they got check, check, check with 3 10s on the board, you just feel your opponent doesn't have a pair, so you're going to bet ace high for value. That's what he did, and he got paid off.
Well, you gotta love those value bets. So brilliantly done. Back to the felt we go. Scott this time with a jack 9.
It's gotta be first stack.
And he will raise it to 400,000. Farzad with a queen 10.
Gonna make the call.
So jack 9 up against queen 10.
Oh, nice flop for Farzad. He's flopped top pair here. He's going to check, probably with the intent to check raise, but that doesn't happen. Scott checks behind him.
Going to the turn. It's queen. That's queens and 10s there for Farzad, but he's checking again.
Well, he's checking to try to trap his opponent, but again, Scott checks behind him with the open-end straight draw.
Down to the river. Oh, look at this. It's
And
a
now
king.
king comes off.
Uh-oh.
So Farzad was checking on the flop on the turn in hopes to check raise his opponent. Now his opponent is beating by making a straight on the river.
Farzad checks again. And Scott, of course, is going to bet.
And he bet 600,000, and look at this. Now the raise comes in by Farzad.
Bad timing. He makes it 1.6 million.
I'm all in.
Oh, of course you are.
Scott Seiver has gone all in, and all of a sudden, your top 2 pairs just blown up in your face. You're saying, what happened here? Did this guy make a straight? Did he make something like kings and deuces? If he did that, would he even go all in then? He checked on the flop to trap him. He checked on the turn to trap him, and now he's trapped himself for his tournament life if he makes this call.
I call.
He's made the call. So that's going to do it. And it is over, folks. Scott Seiver has done it. He has become the WPT World Champion for season 9. And there's the hand that Farzad's going to question himself the way he played. He checked the flop, he checked the turn, and then he paid off the big bet on the river.
We have a WPT World Champion, Andy Scott Seiver. Congratulations.
Let's go, Scott!
The crowd and family goes wild. $1.6 million picture is Scott Seiver as he hugs his dad.
And he's a very good player. I think he has a real bright future. And I think I'm gonna keep playing till I get one.
Let's hear it for the season 9 WPT World Champion of Poker, Scott Seiver.